Good evening, I'm Beth Yates. Topping the news tonight, 3 teenagers have been arrested in connection with the Anna Maria Island burglaries. The incident happened last month, and 4 yachts were burglarized at the Galilee's Marina in Anna Maria Island. Various items were taken from the vessel, including 2 guns. Now, Manatee County Sheriff's Office officials have arrested the 3 minors for breaking and entering and burglary. Now, Thursday, 2 adults were also arrested in connection with the crime. Tyler Hollinshead was charged with armed burglary, while Jacob Bennett was charged with burglary and dealing with stolen property. Now, a shocking scene off Clark Road in Sarasota County this afternoon after a body was discovered. Sarasota County Sheriff deputies received a call about the body of a white male in his late 20s or early 30s that was discovered in a wooded area near Colonial Drive and New England Street. Deputies are investigating the cause of death and are asking anyone with information to come forward. The intersection in front of the UTC Mall in Sarasota was once again the site of a large protest, but this time it was in support of law enforcement, and dozens gathered to help with the Blue Lives Matter movement, and protesters and passerbys rallied behind them. The drivers traveling down University Parkway near the UTC Mall couldn't contain themselves.
As you can tell, for the cars that don't beep, they're waving and giving us a thumbs up, so everybody loves us out here.
The support is for protesters, highlighting the Blue Lives Matter movement. Saturday, about 30 people participated in the Minnesota gun traders' efforts to support law enforcement.
It's very hard to turn on any sort of media nowadays and not see something negative or something anti-police. And we know it's a hard job. We know everybody's not perfect, but 99 to 9/10 of them do an outstanding job.
Protesters say they want law enforcement to know they are appreciated, but some speculate the rally is in response to the Black Lives Matter protests at the same location a few weeks prior. But organizers say that is not the case.
Everybody has a right to peaceably assemble and demonstrate, and we're having a rally to support our beliefs. The fact that the men and women of law enforcement put their lives on the line for every one of us every day, no matter the color of our skin. So it has nothing to do with that whatsoever.
And as the group shows their appreciation to law enforcement, those in the profession say they feel the love.
Looking around is kind of awe-inspiring, takes your breath away, especially with everything going on in the world. It's great to see a movement that actually supports law enforcement.
Sentiments echoed by protesters.
This is the best way for us to support All Lives Matter. We back the blue because they back me and you.
Now, definitely a good cause, and it was a great day to be out in support of law enforcement because the weather held up for many of those protesters. Wendy?
Well, we have high pressure that's sitting on top of us right now, Beth, and so that high pressure system has helped to bring about those afternoon sea breeze showers that we normally get this time of the year, but they've been so widely scattered that our temperatures have really been warming up quite a bit. And right now you can see our readings mostly in the 90s and 80s all across the region. As we focus in on our area, our temperatures in the 80s along the beaches, but as you move farther inland, you can see those readings still in the 90s at this hour. Over the northern sections of our viewing area, we've got temperatures that range anywhere from Ellington at 86 degrees to Bee Ridge Road at 88 degrees, down through Osprey at 85, and then across the southern sections of our viewing area, temperatures continue to be quite hot as well. Northport reporting 89 degrees, while Harbor Heights is reporting 90. And here's the rain, most of the rain falling across the southeastern part of the country in advance of a cold front. Yes, a cold front. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. And as you can see, most of the showers are moving off towards the east, with our temperatures presently in the 80s. And what we are also expecting is that we are going to be seeing over the next couple of hours very little chances for rain. We are looking at a very active hurricane season starting to pick up. We'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. Beth.
Thanks, Wendy. Now, voter registration is up on the Suncoast when compared to last presidential cycle, and it could have effect on some local elections. Adam Cellini joins us with more on how registration numbers could impact us locally. Adam.
Yeah, thank you, Bobeth. Total registered voters for these local primaries in both Sarasota and Manatee counties are higher now than both last year and the previous presidential cycle in 2012. Over 1,500 people hit the polls in Sarasota today for day one of early voting before the local primary in August 30th. In March, more local voters switched from non-registered or independent to one of the major parties. Those numbers have fluctuated since, but the extra voters could be a factor in crowded primaries like the open Senate seat in Sarasota County. One local pundit believes those attracted to the polls by Donald Trump will play an especially interesting role.
Moderate Republicans may be disadvantaged if a lot of Trump voters come in strictly to vote for Trump. They may go down the ballot and in the primary and look for people who are more like Trump.
It's absolutely critical because if history plays out, you're only going to get 18 to 20% of the people to vote in this primary.
Now, the rise in voter registration is normal during presidential election cycles. According to the Florida Department of Elections, the major parties have attracted over 120,000 voters each since February. Bobeth, back to you.
Thanks, Adam. Now, there was a bit of a controversy at the early voting site in Venice this afternoon among the Democratic Party. A volunteer at the party's table accidentally displayed an already completed sample ballot for voters to see. Now, some say it seems as if the party was endorsing a certain candidate, which is not allowed until after the results of the primary. State Senate candidate Frank Cirillo spotted the ballot already filled out and alerted the party, who said they were not involved, and immediately ordered it to be removed. Cirillo says he was frustrated to see his opponent, Frank Alcock's name highlighted as the apparent suggestion for voters entering the polls.
We want to have our fair shot at winning, and we don't want it to seem like the Democratic Party is picking my opponent over myself, especially as the primary process is supposed to be nonpartisan.
I don't think it's a big deal, but at the same time, fairness is very important, and the perception of fairness is very important, and we take that very seriously. I did talk to our volunteers who were there this morning that set up the table, and they are adamant that they did not put that there.
Now, the party staff says they visit each of their polling locations and instructed volunteers to avoid similar behavior. This was the only reported incident in the county. Now, those two candidates were among few others who shared their stance on issues for voters today. The USF Sarasota Manatee campus held 4 political forums back-to-back this afternoon, giving candidates running for the Florida House of Representatives and Senate seats a chance to speak directly to the residents about their views. It's similar to debates. Candidates answered questions posed by a moderator with a timed response. Among the candidates in attendance, Greg Stubbe, Joe Gruters, Steve Vernon, and Frank Alcock, who tackled the importance of education funding.
We don't spend all that much on education. Now, the money's not going to fall in the sky, so revenue is part of the equation. If we get to Medicaid, that's also a very big budget item as well. And so this stuff is not for free, but it needs to be a priority.
Now, event attendees said the forum was just in time for the primary election. Early voting runs through next Saturday. You can cast your ballots from 8:30 to 4:30 each day in Sarasota County, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Manatee County. Some early voting locations include Sarasota Square Mall, the Biscayne Plaza in Northport, the Palmetto Library, and Lakewood Ranch Town Hall. Still to come on ABC 7. Hunting gators is becoming more popular, but there's some backlash. What some say, or who some say, is invading the gator's habitat. And
if you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. While the dangers of one such airborne threat, asbestos, have long been known, efforts were made to hide the risks from the public. The result? Thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma. Those in the trades may have been harmed by hundreds of companies who produced asbestos-laden products. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court has established asbestos trusts with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us.
Call 800-279-1837.
For nearly 2 decades, we've been fighting for those harmed by asbestos. Act now. Call for a free consultation and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
A huge scare for a Florida family. What was supposed to be a routine boat ride turned into terror when the vessel capsized and underneath a 23-month-old girl. Mark Romaldo has more.
911 location emergency. I'm in the river. A boat crashed and I have a baby floating in the water.
At 10:30 Friday evening, Cocoa police received a frightening call from a mother in distress.
You said the boat's completely capsized? It's upside down? Yes, we are totally upside down and I think my toddler's under the boat.
The family was returning from dinner with relatives when their vessel struck power lines. Everyone was thrown overboard.
I had Charlotte in my hand still and the boat had flipped and I climbed on top of the boat and Brian was there and pulled me up. And we heard Kennedy crying, and we couldn't find her.
With help from a person in a separate boat, 4 officers quickly entered the water and pulled nearly everyone to safety except Kennedy.
The rescue came very fast, but the mom and dad did everything they could. They were looking under the boat, and Dad was sitting on the bottom of the boat holding the baby.
But luck was on their side. The 23-month-old was in an air pocket and had a life jacket on. After nearly an hour of searching, responders found her and pulled her from the water.
God was with us. God was with us.
The group was checked by paramedics and is doing fine. A huge sigh of relief. Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
Thank you, Mark. Alligator hunters are ready for this year's hunting season. 13,000 hunter permits have been applied for this year. Each permit allows hunters to kill 2 alligators during the hunting season, which is already underway. Florida has more than 1 million alligators, and they're in all 67 counties. Some opponents of the hunt say alligators are critical to the state's ecosystem, but state wildlife officials say the hunt is well managed and sustainable. Now, while one group gets ready to hunt, another is learning how to rescue animals. Today, Wildlife Center of Venice offered a free rescue training class at Siesta Key. Dozens gathered at the beach pavilion to learn more about the centers and the experts who say their goal is to preserve wildlife in our community.
The information they're sharing here, I think, is important to know because you have to know how to handle the wildlife so they can be returned into their life.
Organizers say that they are taking in more than 4,000 animals a year, and the more residents who are familiar with safety of animals, the better. Now, Wendy, this is definitely the time of season where you see animals getting hurt because it's hurricane season getting active. Things like speeding up there.
Oh, I know. Things have really gotten very active just in the past 24-hour period. We've been seeing now 3 systems that are looking a little bit more interesting. And so we're going to start first with what's going on out in the Atlantic. You can see Fiona. That's on the northern section of the screen, on the top half of the screen. On the bottom of the screen is the one we are most interested in. And then you can see the one that is coming off the coast of Africa right now. So we're going to start first with this one because this is the one that we feel is going to have the greatest chance or potential of having an impact on our weather by the end of next week. So this is something we're going to continue to watch. You can see the spaghetti plots, and they're taking it towards the west for the next several days before it could go anywhere. Look at this. Look at the track that we're watching here, and you can see it's a wide swath of potential, but some of these are bringing it right here, and Florida is the target. So we're definitely going to be watching this system over the next couple of days to see how it progresses, and we, of course, will keep you informed every step of the way. In the meantime, we also have Fiona, and Fiona has been a tropical storm now since early this morning, and Fiona is continuing to move towards the northwest at around 15 miles per hour. It is also going to be running into some drier air over the North Atlantic, and as it does so, by tomorrow night, in fact, it should actually be calming down, and we could be seeing it now become a tropical depression once again, and it is going to stay out here in the Atlantic and not pose much of a threat for any landmass areas. In the meantime, we also have that other tropical system that's coming off the coast of Africa, but right now it only has about a 10% chance of showing any signs of development, but that too will be something we're going to continue to watch. In the meantime, today it's been a very quiet day as far as the rain is concerned. Most of the showers falling right here along the spine of the state. We've been getting the winds coming in from the west, so we've been getting the afternoon sea breezes helping to push those showers inland, and that's where they've been developing, and they continue to move off towards the east. You'll notice we're not seeing a whole lot of anything developing right here along the west coast. So things are quiet. We've got a couple of these showers that are fairly heavy around the Wauchula area, but they're moving off towards the east. And we did get up to a high of 92. If we don't get the rain and we have enough sunshine, it certainly gets warm. That's above average, but we've had a hotter temperature recorded back in 2014, and that was 96 degrees. But right here, right now, it's 88. We're looking at mostly fair skies across the region, 65% humidity. Those winds coming in out of the west, and temperatures all around the state are mostly in the 80s and 90s. We're seeing Wauchula now at 87 degrees because of the rains that we've seen here, recent rains. And this is what it feels like still. Despite the fact that we have had a little bit more cloud cover developing over the central part of the state, it still feels as though it's 100 degrees in Arcadia and 100 degrees in Mayaca City. And we've got this high pressure system. It's continuing to dominate our forecast. It's going to continue to push off towards the northwest. And remember the cold front I told you about? That frontal system is going to be moving into northern Florida by Sunday. It is not going to cool us off, but it may help to set up a couple more showers beginning the beginning of next week for us. So our rain chances stay low for the next 24-hour period, just a couple of isolated showers, and we are going to keep our eyes on the tropics for you. This is what it looks like for us over the next several days. Our 7-day forecast showing a 20 to 30% chance of rain through Tuesday. We up those chances beginning on Wednesday. Bobette?
Now, sports.
Well, things are heating up at Tropicana Field. The Rays taking on the Texans at home this evening. The game just started at 6:10 p.m. Right now, they're in the top of the third. The Rays are leading 2-0, and we'll have a full highlight of this at 11. Whether the Rays win or lose, though, tonight they are celebrating a good deed. The Rays and Good Sports presented new athletic and fitness equipment to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Police League this afternoon. The donations include basketballs, softballs, baseballs, and fitness equipment. The equipment is valued for more than $10,000.
It's fun, but it's not about me. It really isn't. It's about the kids. So, in all honesty, as long as they get something out of it, then I'm happy.
The Athletic League was established in 2001 to help children participate in sports and leadership while having a positive impact with law enforcement. Now, the greatest track star of all time, Usain Bolt, is influencing youth around the world. Last night, Bolt completed a triple-triple by winning the 4x100 meter final. Let's take a quick look around the globe and speak with those inspired by this track athlete.
This way. Usain Bolt! 3, 2, 1.
2, 3.
Usain Bolt is my motivation. Every time I need to get up or every time I'm not feeling confident in track, I always just watch his videos.
He's great, he can run fast.
I would like to run like him.
He's the world record holder, so it's a really big thing.
It's amazing that someone can accomplish those kind of things and that your body can actually be that fast and have that kind of dynamics.
Eu gosto do Bolt porque ele é exemplo.
Usain Bolt is like the epitome of track and field. Whenever I think about track, you think of Usain Bolt because he's the fastest man to ever do it.
He's inspired so many people across the world, and I think people really, I don't think they understand how much work he's put into this, but when you know, as an athlete yourself, you really do appreciate what he does.
Ele representa o atletismo de uma forma super positiva.
He inspires people everywhere, and that makes him the best.
Se espelha nele, no caso, querendo ser recordista mundial.
He's my role model.
Me being a young black male, I look up to the fact that he made it through hard times and he just a role model to so many other young black males.
Usain Bolt is someone who encourages me to work hard in running so that I can be like him.
I aspire to be where he is one day.
He's like a big brother to me. We run the same events, and one day I would like to be as fast as him.
I want to run exactly the times that he's run.
I like you, Usain Bolt. I like your energy, and I like your passion. I like your running styles, the way you compete with others. I will train, and I will pray to God to help me to be like Usain Bolt.
I'm not such a fast runner, so I cannot even beat you in running.
People say girls aren't as quick as boys, but I want to prove them wrong.
Usain Bolt, keep it up, and one day maybe we can meet.
You want to race? I mean, I do the hurdles, but I'm down for 100.
3, 2, 1.
Stick in your best boat.
Okay.
Bolt inspiring people all across the globe. I can do it too. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. HotelPlanner.com.
Are you one of the many Americans who undergo CPAP or BiPAP therapy? How often are you replacing your masks and hoses? Replacing your CPAP or BiPAP supplies every 3 to 6 months is critical to an effective therapy. Bacteria will build up, making you sick, and worn-out straps cause leaks and are just plain uncomfortable. Let Allied Medical Supply Network help. Call Allied Medical to speak to an expert agent that will determine which supplies you need and will set up a schedule for your fresh, brand-name supplies to be delivered right to your door, right when you need them. Shipping's absolutely free, and you may qualify to receive supplies at little or no cost to you. That's right, there's no driving around town or remembering when to order. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today and rest easy.
Call 800-601-0658. That's 800-601-0658.
Are the credit card bills closing in on you?
Sick and tired of the constant struggle just to stay afloat? Shouldn't this be the year you get a fresh start? Well, now you can settle your debts with dignity and without bankruptcy, with zero upfront or monthly fees. Get the professional help at the Thomason Law Group and get a fresh start. It's easy to sign up. We do all the real work. Better than credit consolidation or credit counseling, the Thomason Law Group uses the power of legal professionals to settle your debts. You don't have to face this alone. We can help with an affordable monthly payment. Call now if you have over 15 grand in debt and settle your debts so you can have hundreds more each month. Don't put this off. Legal settlement can get you fast, easy debt resolution and let you get back to the important things in life.
Call the Thomason Law Group at 1-800-394-1667. That's 1-800-394-1667.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Well, on your wedding day, nobody wants drama. Well, what about a llama? A North Carolina couple is now famous on the internet thanks to pictures posted of their wedding reception. It just happened to coincide with the same venue as a llama convention. Now, the happy couple posted pictures with their widely wedding crashers, and they made their rounds. And those pictures are now all over Reddit and Facebook. Isn't that funny?
That is so funny. There's a commercial that's on the air that uses the llama as well, or the llama, as you say it in Spanish. And it is just, their faces are just to make you laugh, don't they?
It is hilarious. All right. Well, goodbye, and join us at 11. We'll be back.